Hi everybody, it's me, Moody Boo, and I'm back with another list. That was weird. It's like I turned into Cher there for a second. Anyway, this is one I've been meaning to do for a while, and I just haven't gotten around to. And it's really apropos for the era of COVID and social distancing. So these are my top 5 Forcefield perfumes. And when I say Forcefield, I mean when I go out of the house and I don't want anybody getting close to me or talking to me or bothering me in any way, I wear one of these perfumes. Now, let me point out the fact that nobody does that anymore. When I was young, I would have random strangers coming up to me on occasion and talking to me. But the older I get, I don't know, I think my persona and the way I carry myself is a good enough force field, because nobody hardly in the community will just randomly come up and talk to me. It's true. It's true. Sometimes it's just a mood thing. You know, I am Moody Boo, so it does make logical sense that I have moods and not all good ones. And so when I'm in a hurry, or, you know, I just want to go out and I need to go pick up something and I don't want to talk to anybody, or an event where I don't know anybody and I didn't want to go, I just got talked into it, or I was obligated to for whatever reason, I'll put one of these out. But now that COVID's here, they're really appropriate. But these perfumes, no matter what, are just make me feel powerful, and they make me feel, you know, strong and very independent. And they just kind of say, you know, whoa, ye who try to enter here, there be dragons. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I just pulled out 5 of my really heavy hitters. And one of them I don't really wear very much. I only have it in a small bottle because it's even too intense for me. It's a force field in of itself to where I can't even wear it. It's that intense to me. And I've tried multiple, and I love it. It's just too much. Let's just get started. The first one I've talked about recently, and it is a recent purchase, and that's Le Magnifique by Manle. And this is intense. This is a heavy hitter. On me anyway. I don't know about anybody else, but it is for me. And this is cinnamon, red apple, amber, benzoin, galbanum, ambergris, musk, rose, vetiver, sandalwood, tuberose, patchouli, and vanilla. So when you first spray it, for me it's super spicy with a bit of green in there. It's a weird thing, but the more I wear it, the more I notice this greenness that's in the top mixing with the spices. It's a little chaotic on the top for me. But that rose, wow, that thing kicks in so hard. It gives you a little brain damage at first. And because these intense, you know, the benzoin and the cinnamon are so, and I swear there's other spices in here. I'm going off of Fragrantica though, you know. And, but they're so intense that when you notice the rose, it's because it's every bit as intense as the rest of the notes. So it is a powerhouse rose perfume, in my opinion. The rose is sweet and creamy. And when you first spray it, you don't get that much sweetness. You're just kind of bombarded with all of these other notes. For me, anyway, this is all my humble opinion, not so humble. But like I said, once the rose kicks in, that's where I get on board. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. And I'm not even a rose person, but I like different roses. I hate watery roses. I usually hate spicy roses, but this one is an exception that proves the rule. Hey, there's one of my exceptions, because I was thinking of doing a list. I've been meaning to do a list of the perfumes that either prove the rule or break the rule. That, you know, because I have my rules. I did my video on the rules that I pretty much go by, that I don't like peach. I don't like spicy, watery roses. You know, I had a whole list. So I'll have to remember to put this one on there, that it's a spicy rose and I adore it. And it lasts for me. Well, you know, what's crazy is that it projects more than I think it lasts. I'm sorry I keep messing with my face, but there's like some dog fur, something floating around, and I feel like it's tickling my nose and my face, and it's making me crazy. So anyway, it lasts for me about 8, maybe 9 hours, but it projects most of that time. So this is a perfect Forcefield perfume, and it's completely unisex. And the bottle, the bomb bottle. Love it. And magic, you know, I like that kind of, isn't he supposed to be a magician? Suleiman Le Magnifique. He looks like a magician from another country, which is very cool. I like that stuff. So it's too much to be formal. That's why it's only a Forcefield perfume for me. I can't think of too many other situations where this would be appropriate in my world. So, and it's about mid-range in price. All right, Borton Manle. Next. My next Forcefield perfume is Rude Elements by Kerosene. I love this stuff. Oh my God, so good. It is another one of my favorite woody perfumes of all time. So this is bitter orange, agarwood, sandalwood, amber, lavender, vanilla, and iris, according to Fragrantica, of course. Oh God, it's good. It smells like a orange peel and wood at first. It's warm, but yet it's tart and fruity. But once it dries down, it gets more powdery. But it's not like I get iris or lavender per se, but the wood gets more powdery and more ethereal in the dry down. It's still intense. It almost feels like there's some cedar or something in there too. We have a lot of cedar around here. And when I was a kid, I helped my dad build, well, you know, as much as a kid helps, build our cabin, our lake cabin when we had it. And we used cedar paneling on the outside of the building. Oh, the smell. And I could swear there's some cedar in here. Maybe it's just because of the combination of those give it a cedar accord. But the amber just warms it up. Now the iris and the lavender, I think, is what just makes it powdery. The vanilla, it keeps it from being too bitey. Vanilla just kind of smooths out the edges and, you know, sands off the corners. But it's not a big player to me. It's all about the woody notes, the bitter orange, and the powderiness of it. It's gorgeous. Now, the first, I'd say 3 or 4 hours is when it's a Forcefield perfume. Problem with this one is, though, then it turns into a very inviting perfume. But, you know, I had to fall in love with this perfume. It was my least favorite of Kerosene's first 6 releases, 5 or 6 releases that he did. It was one of the first, but it was also my least favorite. I wasn't sure about the house until Fields of Rubus. I think I got that one right before Unknown Pleasures, and then I was on board. And then I started working with my samples more, because once you get a house, you get a house. It's like Ilde Soliani. Once I got her, which did not take long, I fell in love with the first perfume that I got from her. Now everything I understand that comes out of her house, even her weird ones, like, what was that one? Pecatrice? That one's a bizarre one. There was another one, was it I think? And it smelled to me like you were, one of those smelled to me like you were standing outside of an Italian restaurant in an alley or something. But or zoologist, or, you know, Kerosene, or Centauri, or any of those perfumes that are really, in my opinion, niche. Once you get them, you get them. You understand them. You can read their book now. You can watch their movie in the same language as what they intended. But sometimes it takes a while for me. That happened with Centauri. Proxima opened me up to understand the rest of the perfumes, like Camel did with Zoologist. And John Pegg is like one of the nicest guys you'll ever talk to. I would love to go to hook up with a bunch of people and go sniff stuff. I was going to say shit, but that would be a whole different kind of trip. Whoa. Anyway, so Rude Elements. A lot of people will think this is very masculine, unfortunately. But like Dance Sauvage by Chris Collins, which is one of my other favorite woody perfumes of all time. You just have to, you know, it's like wearing 6-inch heels for the first time, or like, you know, being a business suit kind of person and you get your first black leather jacket, you know. It's all a matter of, if you feel comfortable in it, you can pull it off. But you have to be comfortable in whatever you're wearing, whether it's clothes, hair, makeup, perfume. It doesn't matter. It won't wear you, you will wear it. So, and Rude Elements, I think, is completely unisex. I think all of John Pegg's perfumes are, he's so good. He's so good. Oh my God, I love it. And it is wait a minute, I don't want to talk to you for about 3-4 hours, unless you're a frag head, you know. And when I say people don't want to talk to you, it's not because this is a bad smell, but it's one of these perfumes, like the rest on the list, that they just aren't inviting, at least not at the top. And they're more of a perfume that says, I'm in charge and I have all the power in this room. So don't talk to me unless I speak to you first. Isn't that horrible? But that's what I kind of think of. So anyway, that's what I mean about a Forcefield perfume, is just that, not that they smell amazing. It's that they do smell absolutely incredible, but they're intense. It's not like a snuggly vanilla perfume or a sweet fruity perfume, you know. These are perfumes that mostly frag heads wear for the most part. So I love it. So if you're comfortable in it, you can pull it off. Next. Oh, one of my favorites on this list is Memoir Woman by Amouage. And this is an intensely spicy kind of a perfume. There's a lot of notes in it, but that's what I get out of this, is incense and spices. Oh, it just blows my mind. This perfume was one of my first super niche Forcefield perfumes. In fact, I sent a decant to Donna Arts, if you guys remember her. And she was like, no, that scares me. I can't wear that. That's terrifying to me. So it makes it a perfect Forcefield perfume. And this is wormwood, love. Cardamom, love. Pink pepper, mandarin orange, incense, cloves, woody notes, white florals, rose, pepper, jasmine, leather, French labdanum, castoreum, styrax, oak moss, and musk. Really? All those notes are in there? I get incense and spices. And a hint of sweet, which might be the florals. I don't know. It's a hint powdery, but it's not. It almost reminds me of walking into Pier 1 Imports right after they've lit all the incense in there and just put it out. So everything, all the Pier 1 import smells are just in your face, super intense. That's what this reminds me of. It's so gorgeous. And again, stupid to have it called Memoir Woman. What? Should just be Memoir, because I've smelled the men's and this is so much better than the men's. I know a lot of men that wear this instead of the men's version because this is better. It's just one of the best spicy incense perfumes I've ever smelled. But again, it says, hey, back up. Let me look at you. Let me see if I want to allow you entrance. I sound so snobby saying like that. I'm not snobby. Isn't that like people who are crazy saying I'm not crazy? Is that the same thing? Oh God, I hope not. Am I snobby? I'm not snobby. No way am I snobby. No, I'm not snobby. I'm just playing snobby on TV. All right, next. The next one is Blackwood by Montale. And this is rose, oud, patchouli, musk, French labdanum, and mandarin orange. There's a real theme here. Seems like oud and orange and rose are in a lot of these powerhouse perfumes. This one to me, though, it's when I first bought this perfume, I had a small, actually I've had 2 small bottles. I gave one to my son and went through the one, and this one I keep for myself. Now this one, oh my God, I'm stuck in a loop. Okay, bing, all right. When I first went through about half of the first little bottle that I had, it was all about the oud to me and patchouli. That's what I got. It was a little sweet, but those were the main players when I wore it for, gosh, 6 months to a year. Or maybe a little longer. It probably took me a little longer, about 2 years to go through that bottle. Now it's all about the rose. It is intense. Rose. And this is a rose oud combination, but this is, instead of being, okay, so my issue with rose oud combinations for the most part is they end up smelling sour. They end up smelling more like the oud than the rose, and it's a sour oud. And they must, I don't know what kind of rose note they use in it, but it isn't sweet and creamy enough to do anything but make it a more sour kind of oud to me. This one, no, though. This one, the rose is an intense player in this menagerie, and it really comes up and greets that oud strongly and stays there. In fact, I think the rose is more intense than the oud now. It's like it's flip-flopped. Ooh, God, it sounds like it's only about halfway. Huh. I used to wear this a lot. I don't wear it so much anymore, so I probably won't buy any more backup bottle or anything, but this and red oud. Yeah, loved them both. I already went through a little bottle of red oud, and I'm probably not going to purchase more of it because those are 2 of, and patchouli leaves, was it? Those are like the only 3 Montales that I've ever really, really liked. Now I tried Intense Cafe, but I didn't like it, but I tried it years back. So some people said I should revisit that, and I might do that. But I'm not a huge fan of Montale for the most part. They have a very screechy, itchy kind of notes in their DNA, and it makes me crazy. So I don't know. I might look more at this house. I don't know. So did I say? Yeah, I said what was in it. It projects so intensely with 2 sprays. It's like I can't imagine anybody getting too close to me for the first 2 or 3 hours when I give it a couple of sprays. It's so intense. It's very unisex. I think all of these they couldn't go to formal occasions. I don't think so. Maybe this one, and maybe Rude Elements you could wear to a formal occasion. But the rest of them are Forcefield only, in my opinion. But yeah, I think this, once it dries down, and Root Elements definitely when it dries down, you could wear it to for other occasions. So, but I only wear them for Forcefields now. So, next. And the last one is by Xerjoff, and this is the one I don't wear. It's too much for me. And I have 2 of these sizes. They're 5 ml, and I haven't gone through either one of them. So, and that's Mephisto by Xerjoff. It's an intense citrus perfume. So this is grapefruit, bergamot, Amalfi lemon, lavender, iris, rose, musk, sandalwood, Virginia cedar, and amber. It's all about, for me, citrus at the top with the lavender. And then the rose starts to kick in a little bit, and it teams it just somewhat. But that combination of lavender and those citruses, wow. You know, looking at these notes, you would think it would just be another freshy, light, sweet kind of a perfume that you would wear in spring and summer. I wouldn't wear this in spring and summer. No way. The only time I've ever worn it is cold weather, under my clothes, 1 spray. This is, I think, the most intense on this list. It's good. I adore it. But I can't wear it. It's too much. It's too much. So I don't know. I might try it again one of these days, like on my wrist or something. 1 spray, maybe a half a spray if I possibly can. That way I can scrub it off if after a few hours it's still too intense for me. Because for me, it projects like crazy. And you would think as much sillage as I leave behind when I leave a room, I wouldn't have anything left when I go sit down. But that isn't the case with this. It's like it grows. It's like the blob. It ate me and now it's doubling in size. I don't know what to tell you, but very unisex. But this is one that says, keep your distance, or crazy things could happen in the next 50 seconds. Why 50 seconds? I don't know. I guess because I'm 57? I don't know. I should have said 57 seconds. All right, well, that is it. That is my list of Forcefield perfumes. And I'd sure love to know some Forcefield perfumes you guys own. I'd love to hear it in the comments. So that'll do it. And you know I'll be back. I got tags I got to get done. I got requested videos I got to get done. I've got Battle of the Vanillas I got to get done. And I still have the pulls from the Blue Bowl and Black Box. Because I got to get rid of those samples. I want to use that blue bowl again. I love that bowl. So I need to work on all that stuff. So I need to do it. I'm so chicken shit. I can't even finish the sentence. What's going on? I'm so chicken shit to do a live thing. I really want to. I want to do a polls from the Blue Bowl live. But I scared. I don't know why. I get this stage fright thing. I did it when I was the lead singer in a band too. And it's like, you know, that's why I couldn't look at the audience until about second song in. And then I could turn and look at them. I had to look at the rest of the band for the first song at least. But I have terrible stage fright. And so that's why I haven't done a live, but I'll try to build up to it one of these days. So, okay. So anyway, thank you for being here. So don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. Use your own nose. Bye.